Okay, so now we've added the letter drops. I'm just going to go through how I allocate them. And again, it's pretty straightforward and simple. I tend to go into, so I have here in my favorites list, or our list of views, I do have assigned jobs, and then I also have letter drops, and I keep them separate. All I do is in this assigned jobs, which is our main page, I tend to filter them out because there are a lot and they get kind of mixed in with all of the rest of these. Now, again, you're welcome to keep it like this, but I do have a separate, because it can be easy to kind of forget that they're in here, and it's not for a few days, but I kind of have a separate list, I guess, and a separate view just for the letter drop jobs. And I like to keep them separate in here. So let's see how they assign. I got reader assigned here. So and again, you can mix these up and change them around if you want to. But first thing I tend to do, I'll do the easy ones first, which is New South Wales and Queensland. New South Wales, again, as of right now, everything goes straight to Nabil. So I'll just put Nabil into that. And Queensland, that will go to me, and then I will forward that to our guy in Queensland, who lives near kind of these areas, and just say, hey, how you going? Although they had a freaking cyclone hit them last week, so who knows if they're able to. Yep, so those two I just kind of do alone, and then I'll text this guy and email them to him. Actually, no, I think he has his own login, so I might be able to set it up where I can give it to him. Just give me a sec. Alright, so I've updated this to add an embedded Queensland one. So that should now put the jobs directly onto the guy who works up in Queensland's device. So yeah, when you're doing Queensland, you can either just add it to yourself and email him the details, or you can add it to embedded Queensland. And if this works, then we'll just do it this way, and he can do it on AppSheet himself. Then we don't have to put it in manually. Cool. So New South Wales, Queensland, that's done. Then I will run through the rest of these, and what I tend to do is I'll do the guys who have their own areas first. So the guys that we borrow. So who work for City Power or Powercor or on the gas contract. So we'll do an example here. So these ones, so for example, Werribee, I'll give that to Adam Chiak because he does Werribee. Murrumbina, we'll give that to Tanya because she's out there. Essendon, Craigieburn, usually we'll go to Alan Frost. No, Craigieburn doesn't, sorry. Essendon kind of area, Maribyrnong area out west, so west of the city, that's typically Alan Frost. You can see how far you can stretch it with him. Chesterville, that's Cheltenham, that will go to Tanya. So anything kind of Bayside area, I give to Tanya. You might want to check with Michael depending on how bad the schedule is for him. Just see how he is. Now Coburg will usually go to Paul. I know he's on leave this week, but let's just pretend that everyone's on. Craigieburn, that will also go to Paul. Brayside, that'll be Tanya. Elstonwick, just leave that for now. 50, I would leave that. Adam, that can go to Adam. Yarraville. Brunswick. Now Brunswick is kind of on the border of Jade and Paul, but I give it to Jade, and then he'll tell me if he can't get to it. That'll go to Alan. Leave the CBD stuff, because that's a bit trickier. Coburg, that's usually Paul. Pace of Sunshine. So Sunshine, that's Adam Chiak. Carlton. Now Carlton technically is Jade, but it's right in the city. It's like on Victoria Street, right on the boundary of the CBD. So I'll just leave that one for now. Elstonwick, let's give that to Tanya for now. We'll just check where she is. Newport, that's Adam. Victoriana and Zen Apartments, that's Melbourne. So we'll leave those for now. All right, cool. So I've done most of these. Now these, now CV Windsor, I can just double check because I'm pretty sure that we've had issues with getting in there. Windsor. Bang. None of the codes work. Oh no, sorry, that's Windsor Terrace. CB Windsor. Letter drop did not work. So yeah, you can see we've tried to do a letter drop a couple of times. We haven't gotten any access, and we haven't had an update. So what we'll do with these tomorrow, I won't send anyone there. I'll just put it under my name, and tomorrow I'll just probably mark it off as no access again, because they keep sending us there. Elstonwick. Let's give Elstonwick to Tanya, and we'll just see how much we can take. Now, I'm in assign jobs and you've been letter drops. Okay. We've got Aspire C condos. Now, I know I usually ask Mix to help. Mix is happy to go pretty much anywhere. But then tomorrow, I know that John and Alan are both at Upper West Side, which is on basically opposite Spencer Street Station. So they're both going to be in the CBD. So if they're going to be there and I've got a few days to give them some work, I know that these ones are pretty close to it. And you just kind of go off how much work they have. So for example, I know that neither of them have started it. And for John, it takes him a day to do Upper West Side, but it takes Alan 2 days. So John, I will give more of these to John to do. So this one in Melbourne Court East is just south of Spencer Street Station. So I give that to John. This one's just opposite that as well. This one's in Docklands. We'll leave that one for now. This one's on Little Collins, so we'll give that to John as well. Aspire. Now, Aspire's good because you can park there, but maybe give it to Mix? No, I think I can give these to John as well. Give those to John. And then we've got these ones left. And so I can give Mix some probably. So I know Uno and Zen and Swanson are near each other. So this one's a little further out, so I'll give this one to Mix. I'll give Victoriana to Mix as well. That can go to Mix. And I know 50 Albert is near Victoriana, so that can go to her. And these two are as well. So that's kind of like in South Melbourne. And then these ones are in like the northern side of Melbourne. So what we'll do with these remaining ones is we'll give them to John. And he can kind of decide which ones he wants to do tomorrow. He likes to break things up a little bit, so this will help him break it up. And then any that he can't do, we'll just give to Alan. And yeah, that should be fine like that. Now, I know that Alan Frost is off for the rest of the week, so, and I know that Paul Tess is off, and unfortunately we've got some in pretty distant areas. So these Coburg ones I'll give to Jade because that's relatively close. He's covering his area. The Craigieburn ones I'm going to give to myself to do because there's a DNP there. I would give it to Mix because she lives in Greensboro-ish area, Rosanna, and she can take the ring road. But there's also a disconnection for non-payment up there. And she doesn't like doing disconnections for non-payment. So I will just kind of leave that with me. So I'll give that to myself and I'll just do that either Tuesday or Wednesday. And then I can probably do the Essendon ones as well. And it's a good opportunity to kind of check what the access is like, if it's still good, if we can get in. It's a good opportunity to just kind of do a site audit and see what it's like there. And so then you kind of just have a scan through and you go, okay, yep, this looks good. That's all given to him, to Nabil. That's given to Queensland. That's Adam's got that. Jade's got that. John's got that. Mix, me, Tanya. Cool. Yeah, and so once you've got that, then I will usually send an email. Let me just get this set up. So I use the format that Active Utilities send us as like a, hey, these are the jobs for tomorrow. But I kind of use the same format because I like it. And what I do is actually, I can probably get rid of some of these groupings. Get rid of the reader grouping, get rid of the state grouping, and it should just be, yeah, that'll be fine. So all you really need is the site, the street, and the service order type. And so I'll go copy all the way down on all of these letter drops. The site, the street address, and the service order type, which is just the letter drop. Way down. And then of course you need the reader assigned. And then you can kind of filter that out. And I will take this, I can expand, put this over here. I can make a new email, and I'll just call it letter drops this week due of 3 of 2025. Hi, these are the letter drops for this week. And you know what, I'll just put 13th of the 5th. Please complete them by Thursday. 15 slideshow 3 is 2025. Oh, let's bold and underline. Actually, let's bold and underline. Bold and underline that. And then now I can filter that and check. Copy that across. If you can't get to any, please let me know ASAP. Thanks. And then we'll do Adam. Now Adam is uses his personal email, but you can send it to both. Just send it to both just in case. And I'll reply all to the old email. So that I'll have a template set up now that I actually can send emails. And then we can set up a template. You just use the template for this and then paste this table in. So once I've done it, I'll delete these rows and then I'll click the next person like that. Like to have it in all in one line. That makes it look nice. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Jade also uses a personal, but you can send it to both. Cool. That one's done. Delete these rows. Pop out. Delete this. And then mix. Now mix can only work Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So these by then. But what I'm going to do, mix WC. I'm going to contact her and just say, because she's got some SAM reads to do and they're at Victoriana. So I'll see if she can do to both. Call, delete, Nabil, Nabil. You could also add a thing that just says, you know, these are now in Airtable. These are in Airtable now, etc. Then they know that they're already in there. Pop out. Get rid of this. Delete that. That's me. Don't need that. Tanya. I'm just going to send them to Tanya, and then Michael can tell me, because like worst case scenario, we give them to Alan. Alan kind of drives through this area, or at least Elstonwick. The Elstonwick ones and the Murrumbina one we can probably give to Alan. But I like to free up Alan. I mean, it depends on how much work they have. You know, if Alan and John have a lot of work, then you want to free them up. If they don't have a lot of work, you want to give them as much as you can. Now the Queensland ones, hang on. Now John. Okay, first thing first. John, I'm just gonna text him. I'm just gonna basically go, hey mate, I've added some letter drops for the next couple of days. See how you go. I can give some to Alan. So I'll do that now. All right, so I've just texted John. I just told him that, you know, he's got some on his device. All right, let's do Queensland. So Queensland would be a bit different. Queensland, what we'll do, it's a bit complicated because of the cyclone, but what I would usually do is I would be like, so it's Jonathan. C Jono is his handle. Let's add this to favorites. So what I would usually do is I would send a more detailed email than just that one. Let's group again by state. I would send like the full list, and I would just say put it into Excel. I'd be like meter, job type, site, tenancy, address, instructions, access, details, due date, something like that. You can delete that. I can delete my name. Delete that. Delete. Oh, actually, let's copy that across here. Whoop. Instructions. Maybe we'll just wrap the text here. Dun, 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 dun. Unit. It's a bit shorter. Paint that format. Oh, that's silly. This is meant to be a date format. And make it look like this. And I would take this and copy that into the email and just be like, hi. I'd also copy in Martin. I've got these are the letter drops, and I wouldn't, you know, assume they could do them, I'd just say something like, are these able to be completed this by Thursday, by this Thursday? Have these letter drops from Energy Australia hi guys, please let me know, thanks. And then paste this in here, paste this big chunker table in here, and then wait for a response. So that's usually what I do, just kind of give them more details. And because I haven't tested if AppSheet works, if AppSheet does work, I don't think we need to do this. I can just say, I've got a couple of letter drops, can you get them? And then allocate them to that embedded Queensland, and then just tell Jonathan that, hey, it's in there. Get to it when you can this week. But if you want, you can just send the full details like this. But yeah, that's pretty much all I do for the letter drops. And once they're all allocated, yeah, you just go on your way. Just remember, if you have it filtered out, it's very easy to forget that you need to do them. So like if it's not this, it's very easy to forget that you need to do them. So I would always check the night before, or maybe a couple of nights before as well, that they're going to be done. If they're not done yet, it just creates a whole lot of more hassle if they're not done on time, because then you've got to move things an extra week after, and you've got to move the disconnections from the following week into the week after. It just gets complicated. So try to get them all done on time, and then if they're not done, just close them off. I would close them off as unable to complete, no one in area, something like that. It just makes it very difficult. But yeah, just try to keep on top of them and reallocate as you can, so that you can get them all done. Yeah.